Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and there's a lot of XRP moving around today. Why? Well, check out this headline. From crypto media outlet U Today. Ripple wires nearly 100 million XRP, while RippleNet and on-demand liquidity now available in 55 plus countries. Now, I'm not really going to talk about the second half of what's described in that particular title because I made a video about that already. But suffice it to say, RippleNet, it be growing, my friends, which I think is ultimately going to bode well for the price of XRP. One day when, in theory, individuals start parsing out the differences between cryptocurrencies and investing in them based on what they actually do, their own merits. Right now, everything just follows Bitcoin, though. It's a weird world we live in. So I'm going to talk about that. Also, some evidence that some really... this isn't the first video where I've talked about this, but I have new evidence where it seems clear that rather high net worth individuals are continuing to invest in the space, which to me is always a good sign because, like I said just a moment ago, I don't like it. You probably don't either, but XRP just follows the price action of Bitcoin in a general sense, as does every other coin. There's also a very popular, heavily followed financial expert, self-described financial expert, who had some very positive things to say in terms of XRP price. He thinks it's going to be worth a lot more, so I will be sharing with you what this individual had to say. Lots to talk about. I want to be clear that I'm not a financial advisor. I do not have a financial background of any kind, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just here because I like talking to all of you people. It's fun to engage with the XRP community and make YouTube videos, but that is it. And now, mind you, as I'm recording this, XRP's at 25.6 cents and Bitcoin's at $11,561. And so it's been up. It's been up a bit over the last 7 days, 7.69%. You can see. So here's a 30-day chart. Yeah, it's been notably moving up. And there are a lot of people that think this is really. It's just like it's so tightly wound at this point, like the whole crypto asset class, really, that this is probably, in some people's opinions, going to be the breaking point. We'll see if that comes to pass. I don't pretend to be a chart analyst. I'm just sharing with you opinions that I see from a lot of different analysts out there. But it would be interesting to see if it breaks 12,000. Is that going to be the price point where psychologically people are like, okay, I'm going to start emotionally buying and selling now. That's what humans do. That's what humans do. Into this piece now. XRPL Monitor has published the details of about 8 transactions that carried large lumps of XRP, about 100 million XRP in total. In fiat, that amounts to $25.4 million. Most of the transactions were made between the company's wallets named Ripple and RL18-VN, which is just the most catchy name you could have for anything, whether it's a living creature, an XRP wallet. It just rolls off the tongue. RL18-VN. Yes. I'll name my firstborn after that. RL18-VN. Yes. I want all the kids to hate my future child, so that's the reason. That's the real reason. Now, the latter is believed to be an extra Ripple escrow wallet by some in the community. 10 million XRP was wired from a Ripple wallet to the Bitstamp exchange. It is located in Luxembourg and runs Ripple's on-demand liquidity corridor in Europe. And so that's not surprising, that part anyway. You're always going to see lots of flows with officially partnered cryptocurrency exchanges with Ripple that are just hubs for on-demand liquidity. Because you always have to balance out, because in any corridor, there's going to be a heavier flow one direction as opposed to the other, and it's more a question of how heavy is the disparity. And in many instances, like if you consider, for instance, the United States to Mexico, that's way heavier than the flows from Mexico to the United States. And so you can easily imagine that eventually you're going to have not enough XRP on one end to facilitate transactions if you're not regularly shuffling XRP around to make sure that there is indeed sufficient liquidity. It's just part of how the game works, my friends. And then we've got this piece from Daily Hodl titled "Crypto Whales Trigger Confusion as Jaw-Dropping $634 million in Bitcoin Moves Out of the Blue." 4 of the richest Bitcoin wallets in existence just moved a collective $634 million in Bitcoin in the span of 2 minutes. triggering confusion among a number of crypto traders. The crypto analytics tracker Bitcoin Blockbot initially detected the massive Bitcoin movements, and according to Whale Alert, 2 of the addresses involved in the transfers are connected to the crypto exchange giants Coinbase and Binance, leaving traders to wonder why the exact same amount of Bitcoin left the exchanges at the exact same time. So according to new data from on-chain market intelligence firm Glassnode, the number of high net worth individuals entering the crypto space is on an uptrend. And this is, and you know what's interesting? It's not just individual retail investors of high net worth that are jumping into crypto and Bitcoin now, but you've seen recently 2 publicly traded companies, MicroStrategy and Square, publicly announced that they have purchased massive quantities of Bitcoin at this particular moment in time. And so they certainly, sure as hell, don't think that it's too late to jump in the crypto, and they don't think it's a flash in the pan. They think it's here to stay. And all of this money is coming in at the same time, and I am happy to say that I was there here in crypto. I was here before MicroStrategy. I was here before, well, many others, or some of these high net worth individuals that are just getting in for the first time. And I'm glad they're getting in. And many of us, I know that there's people listening now that are new to and welcome to the world of crypto. It's an exciting roller coaster ride that is going to absolutely terrify many people. Not Moon Lambo, though. I don't emotionally respond like that, and I only invest when I'm willing to lose, so there is that as well. I sleep easy. But it's just fascinating to think that I jumped in 2017, and no matter when you jump in, you're going to be like, oh man, the people in there so long, and they've had greater opportunities, and this and that. And I kind of initially, briefly felt that way when I jumped in 2017, but I very quickly recognized that if there's something to this asset class, it's going to be here 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, 40, and eventually I would be one of the OGs, so to speak, original gangsters that, that have been there for a very long time. Because consider at that point when I jumped in, the asset class had only been around for like 7 years. Now it's been around a little, about a decade, whatever it is. And so I've been here for, roughly a third of, pretty close, to a third of the time that the asset class has existed. See, not that much time has to pass. And so I say that to illustrate, first of all, how awesome I am because I'm here. No, I'm kidding. A little braggadocious humor. To illustrate that it's really, truly early days. And so check out this quote now from the Daily Hodl piece. It comes from Glassnode. The number of Bitcoin whales, which is entities holding greater than or equal to 1,000 Bitcoin, has been on an upward trend for the past few months, an indication that more high net worth individuals are entering the space to invest in Bitcoin in expectation of Bitcoin price appreciation. Yeah, no kidding. There's real world evidence of this, my friends. And these are not stupid people. Okay, fine. There can be stupid, wealthy people, fine, but a lot of these people, you don't get rich if you're freaking dumb. I would bet that if somebody's wealthy, more likely than not, they're going to have to some degree some sort of higher than average level of intelligence and financial savvy, right? And so, considering that, I know it's another thing. It's just one little thing, but it's another indication of the confidence in the space in general and long-term viability. They wouldn't be putting their money in if it were just some crazy casino, right? That's my humble opinion. You think of what you want. None of what I say is financial advice. That's my opinion, though. But the firm says, despite a couple of hiccups, crypto investors appear to be acquiring Bitcoin at a faster rate. Network health and liquidity are seeing positive growth, and sentiment among traders is on the rise. And here's a quote. Meanwhile, long-term hodlers can remain confident in the strength of Bitcoin's underlying fundamentals while simultaneously looking out for good buying opportunities in the coming days and weeks. For me, it's all about playing the long-term game, and that's why I will outpatient anyone else, because I know that humans have a really hard time with that, and so I'm just going to recognize that fact, be aware of it, and act accordingly, which for me means do nothing. I'm not going to emotionally respond. It taking too long, like XRP not moving on my timeline. I want it to be worth $10 faster or 50 or 100. No, I'm not going to be a child about it. I'm going to just sit tight. Whatever happens, happens. And as opportunities present themselves, I will act accordingly. In the meantime, I will let everybody else FOMO in and panic sell. I'm not going to participate. Shout out to Martin Valk for bringing this next tweet to my attention. And it's a tweet from Gregory Mannarino, who on the YouTubes here you can see has 139,000 subscribers. Massive channel. That's pretty damn big. And he's got just a hair shy of 37 million views, and he is a self-described financial expert, and you can even see on his Twitter account that is what he wrote for himself. 43,000 followers, 43,100 on the Twitters. And here's what he wrote about XRP. People often ask, what is my opinion of XRP? Most already know, but I will say it again here. In my opinion, it is going much higher. I do own it. Yeah, oh, bravo, my friend. I feel exactly the same way. And for so many reasons. And you could speak, like, where do you even want to start? From the speculative side, from the fundamental side? My gosh, just the fact that there's almost nobody in the world of crypto and the market class is supremely liquid, and it takes almost no money to get a double, tripling, quadrupling effect of whatever you invest in. I could not be more thrilled to be here. You know, there's so many reasons that this is much more attractive than even the dot-com boom and bust. And I remember thinking when I was much younger, after the dot-com boom and bust had happened, so I would have been, after it was all said and done, you know, I would have been somewhere in the range of 19, 20 years old, somewhere thereabout. Not really old enough when the bulk of it was happening to have participated. I mean, I could have been what was that, like a sophomore or junior in high school or something. It wasn't even on my radar, really. And too young to really do anything about it. But I remember thinking after the fact that I was like, man, if I had been there, I would have been one of the people that would have taken advantage of that. And I think a lot of people in hindsight would say that, and that's not necessarily true. I didn't know that I would actually have something equivalent to that opportunity, but on steroids. This is way better than that. This is my humble opinion, in my unprofessional opinion. Having an opportunity to invest in this particular asset class, it's like that, but on steroids, because it's illiquid. There's no money in here. At least in the stock market, you're talking about a $6 trillion bubble. I'm going from memory. I think that's what it got up to, and then it popped. But my gosh, there were already people in the space, that were already onboarded into the situation where they could purchase stocks. And then you're talking about crypto, which, by the way, I'm talking about the United States when I'm talking about that bubble. When you're talking about crypto, you're talking about a global experience. Anybody around the world can invest, and it's not during business hours. It's 24/7, and it's illiquid markets. And you're talking about the internet of money, effectively, right? Or as Ripple would call it, they're building out the internet of value, right? And it's just, there's so many reasons. I could not be more excited to be here. And that's why I always say, look, I'm not a financial wizard. If I'm wrong, I lose everything, perhaps fine. I'm willing to take that risk. And I understand that it is risky to invest, but I am Mr. XRP Bull for a reason. And so it turns out I am one of those people that didn't just think in hindsight, yeah, I would have invested in the stock market, taken a little bit more risk than the average person and perhaps seen some gains. I no guarantee you would have had gains even if you did it, but I'm not just one of the people that says, yeah, I would have done that. I'm seeing that indeed in practice I am the type of person here, because here we are. And you are too if you're listening to this. If you've invested in crypto, you and I probably have a fair bit of common. It's certainly on the topic of XRP and crypto, right? I'd be willing to bet. That'd be a fun guess right there. Anyway, I will wrap it up there, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.